So here's another way to work with this metal foil. This technique, you use a piece of backing board that's a little sturdier. It's compressed cardboard. And you're going to use the backing board and take a piece of string, this is just regular string, and wrap it around the board. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to the back of the board here, and I'm just going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to attach the string in one spot, and then I can take it and I'm going to wrap it around to make some designs. And you can make it any way you want. If it's moving like that and you want it to stay in one spot, you can go on the back of the board and tape it in place so it doesn't slide around, and that can help you as you're creating that design. So let's do that back here, right? And I'm going to take this over here like this, and then I think I'll end it right there. And then we'll take another piece of tape and tape that in place. So the front of your board looks like this, and you've created different sections. The next thing you do is you take your metal foil, and you can see I'm going to take the front of the board and put it face down on my metal foil and make sure that it's nice and even. These side pieces are all the same size. It's not like this, it's right in the middle. And I'm going to wrap it around so it stays on the back. So let's do this. We're going to take one side first and lift it up really tight and press it down like this. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Lift it up really tight. Then I'm going to come here, press these tight, and lift the end up. Press that. I'm going to turn around, do the same thing, press these ends tight. Oops, that got a little bump in it. And press it down. And it ends up being kind of wrapped like a little present, right? Make sure that it's on there. If you want to, you can take some tape and tape along these edges to keep that in place. If you did that, it would look something like this. Keep that in place, and you could do that all the way around. All right, now on this side, you're going to start with your design. And the way that you're going to do it is you're going to press the foil so that those strings that are underneath there create sections. So what I like to do is just with my fingers first identify where those lines are created from the strings. So I'm just pressing with my fingers first, and you can see where it creates it. Okay, then I can go in with these tools, and I like the popsicle stick quite a bit, and I can compress along the edges of those lines to really make them stand out. And I'm using the flat part of this to try to keep these spaces flat because I'm going to be adding a design in there. Okay. Now I can go in with other tools and make those a little cleaner and clearer, like this. Depends on how sharp you want those lines to be. I kind of like them sharp. Okay, now you have your spaces, and then the fun part begins where you're going to choose a pattern or design, surface design, for each of these spaces. It can be anything you want. You can plan it out on paper first or just go for it. But let's say I decide in this space I would like my surface design to be this shape. So I can go ahead and use this tool and create this shape, this sort of fish scale. Now the difference between this and the other technique is that for this one we can't turn it over on the back and make the areas stand up taller. But that's okay, we can still make some great designs here. All right, so I have a design in here. Maybe I decide that I would like some dots in there. So I go ahead and I fill in my design in this space, and then I can move on to the next space and decide what I would like in the next space. So let's say maybe over here, I kind of like this triangle shape, so I'm going to go for that, and I'm going to kind of focus on that triangle and work on some triangle shapes in here. And I want to get some texture within them. Okay, so you're going to do that for all the spaces, and once you've done that, you can come in with the permanent marker and add color. And it's just like the other technique, same thing with the permanent marker. You can go ahead and take the marker and you can color it right on there to add your color in. You can blend the colors. Remember, you can lay down one color and you can blend in another color with it if you want. In this case, I'm doing these spaces that are sticking up a little bit in red, and then I'll go back into that triangle space with a different color. Let's see, I think I want to press this area down a little bit more right here. There. And then I'll add a red there. Okay, and then, all right, so let's say I want to add some of this purple in there. I can do that. So you'll work with each space until you have created surface design in that section. And then you move to the next section, and then in the end you have your complete piece.